Machadodorp was named in honor of General Joachim Machado, a Portuguese engineer who was contracted by the ZAR government to survey the new railway line between Pretoria and Lorenzo Marques in 1894. Machadodorp owes a lot to the man it was named after because on 6 June 1900, the then President of the Zuid-Afrikaanse Republiek, Paul Kruger, arrived on the very same railway line that Machado helped build. Kruger was fleeing from the British, who had just annexed the ZAR capital, Pretoria. Kruger promptly declared Machadodorp the new capital of the ZAR and governed from the train on which he was travelling. The ZAR's mint was also on one of the train carriages, along with an immense amount of Kruger pounds, the gold currency of the ZAR at the time, that Kruger had brought with him. During his short stay, it was rumored that Kruger and a handful of men left Machadodorp early one morning with a heavily laden wagon, heading into the hills surrounding Machadodorp. Kruger returned in the evening alone. The men and the wagon was gone, and shortly thereafter news came that the British was getting close to Machadodorp. So Kruger continued his journey down the railway line. Many people today believe that the heavily laden wagon contained part of the immense treasure Kruger was travelling with, and that he had hidden it somewhere in the area around Machadodorp. Many treasure hunters have scoured the surrounding hills, but the elusive Kruger millions is yet to be found. In the spring of 1907, the railway line once again brought good fortune to Machadodorp, when a consignment of trout fry destined for Mr. George Hayes of Weltevreden Farm, just outside Machadodorp, arrived at the station. Unfortunately, the oxygen tanks that was keeping the fry alive had been depleted, and some of the fry had already died. A quick-thinking Mr. John Rust, who had come in from Weltevreden that morning, decided to give the remaining fry a fighting chance, and with the help of the station master he reportedly dumped the fry into the Elands River. The whole episode was forgotten until about 4 years later, when people noticed mature trout swimming in the river, and by 1918 Machadodorp had a thriving trout club with fly fishermen coming from all over the country to enjoy their sport. Although fly fishing played a major role in Machadodorp's tourism industry, it was not its biggest attraction. Many older people will still remember a time when thousands of tourists came from all over to spend time bathing in the waters of the small spring just a stone's throw outside Machadodorp. Its incredibly high mineral content was believed to have great health benefits for those who bathed in it. It became better known after President Paul Kruger first started using it in the 1890s for improving his health. So many people were attracted to its healing waters since that it was not long before a hotel was built around it. Originally it was called the Hydrobaths Hotel. Unfortunately, the hydrobaths lost most of its grandeur over the years along with its name. Today it's called Jerusalem and caters mostly for backpackers and tourists looking for accommodation at the cheaper end of the scale. It is also used from time to time for team building events. With the Liefspruit flowing through it and many old trees all around, Jerusalem has an abundance of bird life and a very tranquil atmosphere. The first fly fishing club in Machadodorp was established in 1918 after the surprising survival of the fry that was thrown into the Elands River by Mr. Rust. Since then, trout has always played a part in the tourism industry in the area. Uncle Harry, who is the owner of the Old Mill Hotel, is an avid fly fisherman and often takes people out for fly fishing excursions. I asked him to show us around the Old Mill.
Yeah. Righto, this is the Old Mill Hotel, and this in 2003 was an old mill, and in 2004 we opened after quite a bit of reconstruction. It turned out quite nice, everyone enjoyed themselves, especially me. We can sleep at present 30 people here, and we have functions, and the bikers come for breakfast on Saturday or Sunday morning, and we have a very nice way of life here. We'll take you inside and show you just what we've done. This dining room was completed when we first opened, and the office there is a new addition because there was too much business for one person in the office. So it's been completed about a year. Then when I was 80, I built the new bar. We'll take into the new bar and show you the new bar. The idea of the new bar is because before we built it, we couldn't have any activities outside. We had no braai facilities. At present we have gardens outside which people can go out on the deck and have a braai. Take you out onto the deck and show you So we have braai facilities out here and spit braai facilities also. I'll go. This is a typical room. All the rooms are en suite. The cupboards, I love woodwork, so all this is Oregon pine that came out of the old cottage when I built the hotel. And then the desk is Oregon pine which came out of the old doorways in the mill. This is a family room. Plenty of parking, and all the parking is behind locked gates, so it's quite secure. Although we don't have any problems at all with security in Machadodorp.
Yeah, no.
We're very, very lucky. In fact, I was booking some in at 2 o'clock 2 nights ago, and before I brought the people in from on the street, the police was there asking what we was doing. So I thought that was quite nice. These cottages for various families or people who go rope climbing and hang gliding. They all get together in here and they seem to enjoy it all together. This is the only self-catering unit that we have in the old complex. But this can sleep 7. The other nice thing we have here is trout fishing. There's such a lot of people looking for trout fishing, and in this area we have a lot of good trout fishing. I'm very fortunate. I teach fly fishing, and I keep a few of the basic flies, that type of thing. But it is a very nice part of Machadodorp.
Another nice little hotel in Machadodorp is the Gray's Inn, a place with a lot of character. I have asked the owner Jed Crawford to give us a quick tour.
Hi there, welcome to Gray's Inn. This is the pub, as you see it. Open 7 days a week. You're welcome to come along.
Alright.
Go down the stairs to the coffee shop. And the coffee shop is run by my beautiful wife.
Liquid.
Of our historical artifacts.
Alright.
The courtyard, there's the rooms, the 9 rooms. A little garden where they can sit and enjoy themselves. All the rooms are exactly the same. 2 3/4 beds, furniture made out of the old Oregon pine floors, and a shower and a toilet and a basin.
Across the street from the Gray's Inn is the local clinic. A little known fact even to locals is that this building was actually a well-known Masonic lodge. On the opposite corner is the municipal buildings. Older people will immediately recognize the building as having been a public school not too many years ago. And this concludes the first part of this program about Machadodorp. Thank you for watching.